So perhaps you've heard the expression teacher as coach. This is a really nice way to describe the role of the project-based teacher.
A teacher as coach is an expert in the content, but also knows how to kind of read the temperature of the room and provide coaching as students need it, or maybe encouragement, redirection, scaffolding, and celebration.
You also know your individuals. You know their strengths. You know their areas where they perhaps need to grow. You might be able to see what they're capable of more than they can and bring that out in them.
I've always found teaching in sort of a different way where you try to push every kid to do the same thing at the same time at the moment that's convenient for the teacher is being more challenging. I think what this project and projects in general really allow you to do is to listen to children and respond to children.
Alec, tell me about the problem you saw.
I saw people coloring on the playhouse.
People what? Coloring with chalk on the playhouse. And what do you think the solution to that problem might be?
The project launch is when students are first engaged in the project by the teacher. So an entry event which strikes them emotionally, combined with an open-ended driving question, that really hooks students' attention. It gets them to ask questions. They begin to think about the inquiry process.
What do you need to know so that we could answer this driving question? What do you need to know?
Like how much a big house would cost?
Okay.
And then teachers can refer back to that entry event and the driving question to remind students of why the project is important and why it's important to do even though it could be challenging at times.
Kids desire real world work experience. Many of them work, many of them need to work, many of them want to grow in that experience. And so my ability to always introduce my projects as a new client as an entry event always hooks my kids.
The teacher as coach works closely alongside students during a project. They're not just up in the front of the room. They're actually sitting with students, engaging in solving this problem or open-ended question. They can recognize when students need support. They can provide more individual attention to students who need it also.
So sometimes project-based teachers will feel like a project bogs down a little bit in the middle. So part of your job as the engager and coacher of learning is to reignite that interest and enthusiasm and excitement about the project. One of the ways to do that is to celebrate the small wins. It may be a long time yet till the finish of the project, but if something wonderful happened with student learning today, a high five is a great moment of celebration to recognize, look what just happened with this student's learning, or listen to this great question that someone just brought up.
I heard some of the questions. I would like Shaquan, sorry Jay Money, to share his first question. I thought that was very insightful. What did you ask?
Why did he protect human life more than his life?
Helping students realize that they can get back on their feet and get back on track with their project. That's more than a learning experience in this particular project. That's a life skill that's going to help your students tackle the many challenges that may be ahead of them in the future.